Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel for this little Nufc news. It's quite interesting. It's not just news, it's just also something that a friend of mine in a group sent. And I thought it was really going to be very interesting to share with you. Up to Kenny in the NUFC banter group. He put this together, and I think it's really interesting. So I thought I'd share it with everyone because, it's very, you see from the title, can we still get Europe with eighth place? Now there is still a chance, and I'm going to tell you why. But we don't just have that; we also have some stuff about Minteh, of course, who's been absolutely flying. We've also got a little bit of ins and outs and a little bit of a funny one as well, which I thought I'd highlight from Amy, who's a good friend and got a very good account on Twitter. So you should all follow her. She collects kits, unbelievable stuff. But first of all, obviously, Minteh has been capturing everyone's attention with a breathtaking display against Ajax in a 6-0 win. This is his first half involvement. It only took him, he's only 19, remember, guys. He's got 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 out of 4 dribbles completed, 2 shots, 3 chances created, 3 big chances, 7 touches in the opposition box, 2 out of 3 tackles won, and there were 3-0 up at half time. And Feyenoord are really excited by this lad, and so they should be because he's tearing it up now. I'm sick of people saying, it's only in the Dutch league, he's got to prove this, prove that. He should go to the Championship. He should go to the Championship after just destroying Ajax, one of the legendary clubs in world football. And you want him to go next season in the Championship to prove himself. Prove what? The guy's done it on the Champions League stage for the club. I'm sorry, but sometimes I wonder. 19 bags of talent. Personally, I would like to see him in the summer series or something like that in pre-season first, then make a decision on what we should do with him. Does he go back to Feyenoord for another year to really work on his game still, or do we keep him, depending if we can get Europe? Because we are going to need a squad, guys. Look at what's happened to us this season. It's been absolutely horrific. So, there will be chances for him to make a mark on this team. But let's not just look at that first half. Let's have a look at his stats through the whole season so far. So he's got a 7.29 rating. He got a 10 out of 10 against Ajax at the weekend. I've never seen a 10 out of 10 on SofaScore, especially for any of our players. Yes, he's had some bad games in there, but he's also had some outstanding games as well. So, that's just the life of a winger sometimes. But he's played 23 times. He started 14. He's averaging 54 minutes per game, and he's obviously team of the week once, and that was probably yesterday's. He's got 9 goals. His expected XG is 7.87. I don't really look at that, to be completely honest. But his scoring frequency is 137 minutes, which is very good for a right winger. So goals per game, it's basically 1 and 2. Shots per game, 2. Shots on target, 1. Big chances missed. He's missed 8 big chances. So he's still got more potential in there. He could potentially be on 17 goals this season. And we hope that that's going to improve the older he gets, the more mature he gets, and the better he gets. Goal conversion, 20%. Inside the box, 8 out of 36. 1 out of 10 outside the box. Seems to favour his left foot on the right-hand side, which is what Eddie likes. He's got 6 goals with his left foot, 3 with his right foot, and he's got 1 penalty. And the other stats I like to look at is his passing and also his defending as well, because we know how Eddie Howe likes the high press. He likes to have his defenders doing some of the dirty work. So I think it's interesting to put this up here. He's got 4 assists, by the way. Touches per game, 35. Big chances created, 8. That's amazing, considering he's only got 4 assists. So he should have more. But the defending side of things, ball recoveries per game, 3. Possession win in the final third, 1 per game. Tackles per game, 1.7. Interceptions per game, 0.1. So he doesn't do that very often. So there's a little bit of work there to do on the defensive side for him to be an Eddie Howe player. But we all know how good Eddie Howe is at improving players, don't we? So, look at Anthony Gordon, look at Joe Linton, look at Kraft, look at everyone. Let's just, leave it there. So there's massive potential for this lad to come in and tear it up potentially. And I'm excited by it. But why are we so excited by it? So I've got a lot of information to go through about, could we still get Europe in 8th place. But before we do that, just please hit the subscribe button if you enjoy my videos. Please hit the thumbs up button. It really helps. There we go, thumbs up. Don't forget we have a membership option of 99p. That helps to keep the channel running, pay for itself. And then we also give away all the sponsorship money that comes in, which is £140 a month at the moment. £40 gift card from Die Crow. You can also use Baz20 for 20% off. Please go to the description, check out their shop. There's some amazing t-shirts and stuff that they do. And the other sponsor is, of course, Football Prizes. Absolutely amazing stuff. Champions League signed top from the whole squad, framed. Other prizes to be won. There's a Miley shirt. There's a Howe shirt signed to win. This ends very soon, so please get your tickets as quickly as you can. Link is in the description. They give me £100 a month. I give it back to the members by giving it as two £50 prizes to their site to buy tickets to hopefully win a massive prize. That's the idea. They also have very often they do this, but they've got a massive prize at the moment of a private jet to England v Slovenia. £1.95 a ticket. It's 5,000 tickets. Competition ends on Friday the 12th, and it's drawn 12th of April, drawn at 7:30 p.m. is the date it runs out. There's drawn the next day, I believe. But you could get 2 seats on the plane. Can you imagine? You just pay £1.95 and you get a private jet to an England game. I'm obviously getting into the England game as well. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely amazing prizes. So please check them out. They're really worth it. Right. Now on to the good stuff. So if the table stands as it is now, if we'll qualify for Conference League, if Man City or Man United win the FA Cup and English teams in Europe does better than the German team. So there are stipulations to this. France and Spain are almost out of the 5th UEFA Champions League spot race. Italy is almost guaranteed a spot. So it's between Germany and England for the 2nd spot. England still have 5 teams remaining in the UEFA Champions League. The UEFA Champions League, UEFA League, and the UEFA Europa League. So we've got City, Arsenal, West Ham, Liverpool, and Aston Villa. Germany has 3 left: Bayern, Borussia Dortmund, and Leverkusen. Arsenal v Bayern 2 legs will be very important. So if Arsenal can knock out Bayern in the Champions League, I know we don't really want Arsenal to do that well, do we really? I mean, I like English teams to do well, but we really want them to do well this time, because if Arsenal knocks out Bayern, that almost guarantees us that 2nd spot for UEFA Champions League to be 5th place in the Premier League. West Ham v Bayer Leverkusen over 2 legs will also be very important. So West Ham knock out Bayern, that's 2 German teams gone, and that basically leaves us as a free run to that, to finishing 2nd in the table and getting that UEFA Champions League points. This is how it stands. So you've got current points. You've got Italy top with 17,714. Germany with 17.7.7, 16.3, and we're on 16.2. France and Spain can't catch us. It's impossible. So it's between Germany and England to get that extra spot to make it 5th in the Premier League. Bear in mind that there isn't much difference between winning a UEFA Champions League, UEFA games regarding points here. So the points are almost exactly the same. So if it's 1 point for a Champions League game, it's 0.90 for a Europa game, and then 0.80 for a Europa League game. So there isn't that much of a difference in the points. Now we've got more teams left, so that means we can get more points. So we should be in a pole position really to steal that place. So meaning Aston Villa has a good chance in gathering England lots of points, as they will play Lille and then the winner between Olympiacos and Fenerbahce, and then play final against either Club Brugge, Victoria Plzen, or Fiorentina or PAOK. So Villa could win the Europa Champions League Cup, which would then give us loads of points. In the Europa League, I don't see West Ham doing that great, as the competition is too hard. However, Liverpool's in it. So it's Liverpool, AC Milan, Leverkusen, Benfica, Roma, Atlanta, and Marseille. But it would mean very much if they knock Leverkusen out. I can see Liverpool winning it. I can see Liverpool potentially winning that as well. But listen to this. From 2024-25 season going onwards, Premier League could have 7 teams qualify for the Champions League. The top 4 plus 1 and the winners of the UEFA Champions League and Europa League thing. Premier League could at most qualify 11 teams for European football unless UEFA cap it to 10, which they haven't made a decision. Now, I'm a little bit confused by 7 teams in the Champions League. I think it'll be 6. I don't think Kenny's thought that one out fully, because if you win the Europa League, you get into the Champions League. But if you win the conference, you get into the Europa League. You don't get into the Champions League. So I think he might have misheard. So I think we could get 6 teams potentially in the Champions League in one season, which is absolutely unbelievable stuff, isn't it? So yes, 8th place could still get Europe. So let's not all get downhearted. But of course, we want to finish 6th, 5th or 6th. I know 5th is probably out of the range, but 6th is in our grasp. We just need teams to keep dropping points and us to keep winning. Fingers crossed. I thought this was really funny. This is from Amy, a very good friend of mine. How does one fan engagement today? Simply pluck out some wildly inaccurate stats and watch fans go wild in the comments. Now, let's face it, this Mark Goldbridge, I mean, Jesus Christ, he's the gift that keeps on giving, isn't he? Talking about Man United having the worst injuries in history. And in fact, they're only 8th in the table of days list to injuries, with Newcastle United top of the list. So I've got no idea what he's been looking at, who's been doing the work for him. But kudos to Amy for calling it out. He needs his backside kicking at times, doesn't he? But there we go. Now to ins and outs, potentially. So this is all rumours and it's stuff that we've been told. So I was told today, no offers on the table for Dummett or Richie, both to be released from the club at the end of the season. Richie will end up down south, wants to play for Portsmouth, if not in coaching setup. So I think Richie could potentially become part of Eddie Howe's backroom staff. If he doesn't, he wants to go down to Portsmouth, where he's from, and have a little shot at another season playing football for Portsmouth if he can. Dummett could follow Matty Longstaff to the MLS. So good luck to Paul Dummett, whatever he does next. Karius and Dubs may also leave. I think Karius is definitely leaving, to be completely honest with you, from what I've seen from his wife on Instagram and things like that. I think Dubs probably leaves as well because he wants first team football. However, Mark Gillespie is going to get an extension of 12 months. Now, people will probably think, why Mark Gillespie? Well, he's a very, very cheap option as a third goalkeeper, because I personally think from what we're reading is we're going to sign another goalkeeper. So it'll be the new goalkeeper, Pope, and Gillespie is the third choice. The club is looking to cash in on Wilson, Miggy, Murphy, and Dubs. So they could be 4 players out that we see, which could generate some money to buy some players. And like we say, Mark Gillespie is a cheap third option, and that's the only reason why he'll be signing a new contract, guys. So that's all I have. That's everything that was going. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found the 8th place spot exactly something that I found very interesting, that how it could pan out and how England could be dominating Europe next season with potentially up to 10 to 11 teams in European competition, which is fantastic for the league and hopefully helps us to gain those extra places for other teams to get involved in the future. So hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget, please consider becoming a member and you could win an amazing prize. And shout out to Diet Crow, our very first sponsor, who give away $40 every month for us and a gift card to their site. And also to Football Prizes, who pay £100 a month to give back to you guys as members. Please check them all out in the description. The links are there to the shops, and all our socials are there: Instagram, Facebook account, all that sort of stuff. So get involved, guys, and we'd love to hear from you. Take care till next time.